Hello, how are you? How are you, dear friends? Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning. Ciao, Catherine. Hello, family. How is going today? Hello, Joanne. Welcome to a brave new world, Alison. That is true. Well, actually, it's not so different from the other platforms. The only thing that we have to do, in case we want to follow all of the tours, the full tour, we need to subscribe to the channel. Once you subscribe to the channel, you won't have any problem. Ciao. Can you see me? We are still waiting about 2 minutes, and then we do our tours of Pompeii, the great theater district. Look how beautiful place I can show you today. Wow. I am the only one here. I love this time. I love 5 p.m. Italian time because Pompeii is so empty. Pompeii, it's beautiful any hour of the day. But now, wow, it's perfect. All is good. I know that some of you had a problem trying to connect in the previous tour. I think it was because you tried to join the tour, but from a different account that you use for the subscription to my channel. Since I have not 1,000 followers and not 4,000 hours of video watch days, but we only saw half of your face with the mask on. Yeah, was there yesterday. I told her to book. Yes, thank you. So basically, now we need to do some simple actions, which is subscribe to the channel and then connect to the channel with the same account that you used, the same email that you use for the subscription. Otherwise, YouTube say to me, okay, you reached the number of the viewers and it's not possible to join more. Let's see. Okay, now it's 5 p.m. Italian time. Welcome to Pompeii, dear friends. Grazie to be here. My name is Raffaele Romano. It's my full name. I'm your guide and archaeologist. I think you can hear me well. You can see also very clear, I think, because the signal in Pompeii is quite strong. Hello, Katie from Connecticut, Southern Connecticut, yes. So today what we are going to do? Today we are going to explore Pompeii from the theater district. You know, Pompeii is a very large site. Pompeii, hello everyone. Pompeii, it's 124 acres. So it's also not possible when you do an in real life tour to visit the whole site in one day. It's better that you focus your things with a guide, with me if you want, but with any other guides, focus in one area, because otherwise it will be just a marathon, walking around from a place, jumping, and it's not nice. Especially if you're coming in summer, make sure that the summer is pretty hot. Now it's April, but it looks like December. It's pretty cold. Well, cold for us, not cold for the best part of you. I know it, I learned. But today we are doing the tour from the oldest part of Pompeii. Look where I am now. Around myself, I have the remains there of a very old building. How many of you knows when Pompeii was buried? Do you know the year when the Vesuvius erupted? The year when the Mount Vesuvius erupted? Let's see what you write. 79. Amazing, amazing. That's super. 79 AD. 79 AD, their family is the last year of life. But Pompeii was founded in the late 6th century before Christ, 6 BC. And who founded Pompeii? Well, that's not an open debate, I make sure. But it's an important research. Not amazing, we listen to you. What is not amazing? Well, I don't know what. Well, anyway, I'm sorry. I was trying to read a chat, and someone said not amazing. Listen to you, no problem. So basically, the first foundations of Pompeii was not under the Romans. Romans came to the south from the end of the 3rd century, and late before that important event, when Romans came to the south, Pompeii was something else. Was a mixture of different cultures, was a place where people could trade material. That's why we found a lot of different pottery, especially Etruscans and Greeks. These two important societies. And where all started? In the place where I'm sitting now. I am in the oldest part of Pompeii, where in the Roman time, Romans built the theater. So we do both things. We are going to enjoy the oldest part of Pompeii, the Greek area, and the theater, which is right in front of me. 3, 2, 1, go. Look at that. That is a very beautiful portion of the site. During the summer, it's my favorite place, full of this lovely tree. Hello, Helen. And it's called the triangular square, Foro Triangolare. It's very clear, it's very nice. And the place where I'm sitting, that now I'm moving soon, it's the oldest building, the temple called the Greco-Doric temple, while the wall over there, that is the entrance to the theater, built in the 75 BC. So we are literally at the beginning of Pompeii, because most of the people are asking me, hi Raffaele, but when Pompeii was founded and where all started? Here you are. First of all, the coast was way closer than today. Today the sea is about 2 kilometers far from the walls of Pompeii. But before the eruption was around 450 meters from the place where we are. In the late 6th century BC, the Bay of Naples was under the control of Greeks. There were also an important Etruscan party, 12 cities of Etruscans inside the region Campania, and a lot of local native people called Oscans. So at the beginning, where Greeks started to colonize the whole coast, they built some villages with the help of local people called Oscans. And this one here, where I am, they call it Pompe. Pompe in their local language means number 5. Later on, Romans called a Roman colony Pompeii from the same word. And because in the 6th century, Greeks, they loved to build the temples with the huge columns called the Doric styles above the walls facing the coast, here you are. The place where now I am standing, it's the oldest building of Pompeii. That is one corner. Imagine columns, 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 columns everywhere. The roof is gone. This was where I'm walking now. This was the room of the temple where the important statues of Athena and Hercules were right here. Now where you see cars driving to the modern roads, that was the ancient coast. So it's also one of the highest part of the city. So that is a very big gap from the road through here. And when Pompeii was buried during, thank you Kuroi, during the 79 AD, everything that we can see now was totally covered with 30 feet of volcanic ash. Honestly, the temple that we can see here is completely destroyed, not because of the volcanic eruption, but there was a very huge earthquake in the 62 under Nero, the Emperor Nero, and most of the buildings were totally destroyed. The temple here, the Doric Greek temple, was part of this destruction. Romans were trying to repair many buildings, but not enough time, because from the earthquake to the eruption of 79, that 17 years of gap was not enough to repair all. And right next to the stair of the temple, the first one built in Pompeii, we have the so-called mythological tomb of the founder of Pompeii, called Ecista, because when the Greeks started their migration to the Western world, there was the head, the commander, no, of the whole expedition that usually was considered like a hero. And when he died, the tomb was honored like a sort of a cult area. That is the beginning of old Pompeii. During the 2016 excavations, University of Naples, Federico II, and the Orientale of Naples, they discovered to the underground of that well a lot of cisterns going under this building, used as a cisterns for the water. And they found a lot of trash. For that reason, they could study the trash, mainly were broken pottery, and they understood that that pottery was Etruscans pottery and Greek pottery. So at the beginning of the foundation of Pompeii here, it was a mixture of different cultures. And look how beautiful is this building. That is intact. It's a round mixture of columns, all made with a volcanic stone. It's called a tholos. Around this important well, the Romans believed that this was the well that could give the chance to the underground spirits to move from the other world to their life. Romans called something like this mundus. And you are welcome to the mundus of Pompeii. I think it's a lovely view from here. Well, it's missing other 5 columns, but what we have is still enough. Most of the material that Pompeii was made of, it's volcanic. So they basically built a city with the same things that destroyed life. Because the main issue, they didn't know that the Mount Vesuvius was a volcano. Family, give me a feedback. Are you enjoying? Because I cannot understand if you're still there. Just give me a feedback, because this is just the second tour and that I'm doing on YouTube. And this time I learned how to switch to the landscape mode. I think it's a great thing. Good. What's the difference in between Etruscan and Greek pottery, Raffaele? No, they don't look the same. They are totally different. Especially the Etruscans pottery is really black. It's called bucchero. The Greek one is more sophisticated. So each of the columns would have gone all the way around. Yes, Katie. Yeah, this tour amazing. Thank you. Oh. The quality of the video, is it good? And the sound? Just last question for your feedback. Both? I'm happy. I'm happy with this. Good. So let's keep rock and roll, no? And that is another lovely view of this corner of Pompeii. Yeah, this is live, Lori. Yeah, this is live tour with Raffaele. Yeah. I'm enjoying, just not good. So, and that is the Mount Vesuvius. That is the volcano. Because in Pompeii, one of the main constant, the main things that you can understand, is that this is a city totally built at the feet of an active volcano. Well, maybe it depends on your connection, because from my side, I have also an important panel that I can show you now here. The place where we are, it's called the triangular square. Have a look. No, I don't see emoji, I see only the chat. And that is the reconstruction. This is very nice to see. That's a 3D model. Now I see some emoji, back left, smiling face. So that is the 3D model of the temple of Athena and Hercules, how was in the place where we are. So can you imagine the place where we were just walking before, 20 centuries ago, before the eruption, was like this. And now it's this one here. So Pompeii was grand, but was a city of 20,000 people. Not so many like Rome or Naples, but still enough. And the beautiful place where now we are connected from, apart from Mount Vesuvius, which is on the back, it's the highest part I was telling you before, so we have now the chance to see from this lovely terrace a view of Pompeii above the whole city. Have a look at this. Welcome, family, to the top of Pompeii. Here you are. That is a lovely view of all the town with this huge courtyard called the theater, the quadriportico of theater, the courtyard of the theater that was used in the Roman time, connected with the theater for sure, but was used as a gladiator, ciao Loredana, a gladiator barracks. All around the columns, there were little rooms where actually the archaeologists in the early 20th century, when they did the excavations in this part of the city, they found 18 bodies. Unfortunately, yes, they found 18 people, all men and one woman. Maybe she was a servant that tried to escape from the blast of the Mount Vesuvius. But actually this place, it was the training center for the gladiators. They found so many helmets, swords and shields, now all stored at the Archaeological Museum in Naples. That stay tuned, because I will do other live tours from that place as well. So that corner of Pompeii is still buried. So let me do a zoom. So all of these green spots that you can see there, that is still one part of the site buried, waiting for the new excavations. Today, Pompeii is the most visited Roman archaeological site. Honestly, there are 4 million of people, too many. It's so peaceful today, you are right, Wendy, because it's 5 p.m. Good Polly. But I called this tour the theater, no? But as you can see, I always love to show you something more, apart the name of the title of the tour. The excavation is still going on, Diane, yes. A lot of universities from all over the world are excavating, and have a look now the place where we go inside. Be ready, because this is one of the most beautiful places of Pompeii. That is the theater. Of course, talking about the theater, we have to understand the connection that the theater of Pompeii had with the rest of the city, with the triangular square, with the gladiators' barracks. We cannot go straight to the theater. We need to digest Pompeii. We need to learn about the city before we go there. The theater from here is a great perspective. The trees looks like umbrellas. They are called the pine trees. It's the typical tree that we have on our region, and it's the same kind of tree that Pliny the Younger described for the volcanic explosion of the Mount Vesuvius. He said, the pillar that I can see from the top of the volcano, it's like a pine tree. So, dear family, would you like to go inside the theater? What do you think? Would you like to go inside there? Yes, rock and roll again. Let's go inside. Yes. Oh yeah. That is the beauty of a live tour, because actually we can create interactions, we can chat each other, we can understand. What is the tall white? Oh yes, that's a good question, Katie. That white tall building on the back, that was a mistake of the 19th century, where the royal family have to build a home actually on top of that, and it's called Casina dell'Aquila. Now that building is above the ash. It's not possible to destroy. It's also part of the heritage. So that building is right in the middle of the excavations. It was also the guardian hall of Pompeii during the past century. The theater of Pompeii was built around the 75 BC, which is something really old comparing the rest of the city. It was paid by private family. You can also see the quality and the beauty of the columns. We have seen the 3D model of the columns there. They were also totally painted. The drainage at the feet of them used for the collection of water. Well, the theater, most of the performance, Lisa, were paid by politicians. So basically, it was like a sort of a free entrance. What you could give them? Votes, political propaganda. The theater of Pompeii, like any other Roman theater, had three main sections. The upper level that you can see there was for the lower class and women. The so-called summa cavea, that people could easily reach through this stair that you can see right here. It looks like a stair made a couple of weeks ago. It's so perfect. Then the middle class, the media cavea, where this gentleman is now, the entrance that you can see there is called the vomitorium. And during the excavations, archaeologists found a lot of cooking ware outside here. And the cooking ware found outside, it means that people were preparing food during a performance. That is very, very modern concept. It's a really, really modern concept. Look also the structures of the upper floor. Oh, thank you, Angela. Your description, like, I really love it. Like a documentary, but live, where you can come and you can interact. That is great. Yeah. So now we go inside the theater. It's not really clear actually what was used for this building where now we are here. We think that was a cistern for the collection of water. Anyway, when they did some excavations, they have to remove some stones. Maybe they were a piece of stairs to get up to the theater, and now they are here waiting for the restoration. So this is something that archaeologists did now, removing material. Every kind of a building, it can be a cistern or it can be the theater, they were covered with a fresco. This is an original plaster decoration. Look also how great is the theater from outside. Let's go now inside the theater. There's also a lady screaming a lot. I don't know what is happening. She's screaming, talking at the phone. Oh, it's beautiful. Let's go inside. Wow, look at this. So the whole section that you can see here collapsed above my head. But that is still one portion of the original the layer, the upper level, where the summa cavea was placed. Here you are. Yes, most of the material is all volcanic stone. Correct. So this corridor where I am was the corridor that could give the chance of people to go inside the theater. They could reach their own vomitorium. It depends which section, which cuneo of the theater they had a seat. I'm gonna show you the best part of this theater soon. But first, I want to give you this important glimpse to this building. And that it's a really important thing to see of Pompeii. This is the Temple of Isis. Temple of Isis, that actually is very interesting to know that at the time of the eruption, Pompeii was trying to repair most of the buildings. The only temple, so a religious building, that was complete at the moment of 79 AD, he was the Temple of Isis. So not the Temple of Apollo, Venus or Capitolium, but the Temple of Isis. Can you imagine? And this temple was also the place where Mozart, when he came to visit Pompeii with his father, actually was inspired to compose the magic flute in the place where now we are. That is the copy of a sculpture, that is the god Bacchus. The original is in the Museum of Naples. So not just Greek or Roman gods, but also Egyptian gods. That is really, really amazing. Can you see them? With the Vesuvius on the back is a very great moment. And the Temple of Isis, it's directly connected with the shredding wall of the perimeter with the theater. The theater is right here. I want to enter to the theater from this other side. Hopefully I won't get so many people around. Just a moment. Thank you. Here you are. Welcome to the theater of Pompeii, family. Look at this. I think this is really, really spectacular. No? What do you think? Vomitorium. Look at this. Spectacular, family. Yes, correct, T. Eliot. Where all the frescoes now in the museum, that is from the Temple of Isis. This is amazing. Yes, Loredana. It's spectacular. So the beauty of the great theater of Pompeii today still open for us after over 2000 years. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Have a look at this. Wow. Well, actually, let me tell you that it's missing the upper level, no, the portion of the theater where the lower class used to sit. Now I'm telling everything, no problem, yeah? It's missing. But the theater was for 5,000 people. Now they're still opening for performances. People are still coming here during the night in the summer for modern performance. The acoustic, it's amazing. Yeah, they are still performing today in the summer. And the theater was all completely covered with white marble. That we don't have it anymore because someone removed. Actually, what happened? We know that after the explosion of the Mount Vesuvius, the Emperor Titus, that was the emperor of that time, sent some legionary to actually find the people or something of the city. They could not discover anyone alive, and they removed some of the material because after they filled back with ash. So when in the last century they have to do a restoration of the theater, they have to complete, cover with a modern metal, helping people today. Otherwise, it will be too dangerous. It's smaller than I expected. What do you mean smaller than you expected? This is a big theater. It's a theater for 5,000 people. I mean, it's not pretty small. It's a very good shaped theater. The backstage is on the other side. Actors in the Roman time have to walk from the stage there, reaching the orchestra, which is the place in that corner. The acoustic is perfect. I'm sorry, but no one is singing today. And I don't know how to clap the hands since I'm holding the gimbal and the phone. But imagine when all was totally white. The vomitorium there and there. The vomitorium for the three portion, summa cavia, media cavia, and imma cavia. In case of sun or in case of rain, they had a system of sails able to cover the whole area, the so-called velarium. So we are literally like on a book, on a history book. I think so. After I will go down there and I will show you also the seats number, because I can tell you that there were 5,000 people because they found proper seats number, so they can replicate how many people could be on a theater like this. Today someone was asking how many people could sit. Today it's about 500, not so many, because we need to have security escape. Yeah, good selfie. See the guy here? Yeah, good. Well, what can we say? It's alive. Well, honestly, it's a nice place to have a selfie, yeah? Oh, let's have a selfie with me as well. Why not? Huh? What do you think? Selfie with me with this beautiful theater. No health and safety back then. So now, yes, Loredana, my greatest friend from Luxembourg, she's watching me. Amazing. So let's move again. I don't know if you can hear. Thank you, Loredana. If you can hear the bells. That is the bells from the modern church of Pompeii. Can you hear the bells? Wow. Yes, because that is from the church of Pompeii. So actually, following the Greek perspective to build a theater, the guideline, you should build a theater on a high place and with a beautiful landscape. All of the mountains there are beautiful, as you can see. Those are the mountains of the Amalfi Coast and the Sorrento Peninsula. No sports escape. This was only for dramas. What happened here was only actors. Euripide, the travel of Ulysses, everything. Ciao Ginny, sei in Italia. Ciao Ginny. Which part of Italy are you now, Ginny? Tell us, tell us. What a great perspective from here. Treviso, Ginny, but you need to come to the south. Where do you go in the north? Loredana, please tell Ginny that the southern Italy, it's the number one of the location to visit for a holiday. Actually, in Treviso, good tiramisu, What a spectacular place. And that is another great shot with the Vesuvius on the back. That's beautiful. That's a very romantic place. Let's go now down there. Correct, Tinge. Women were not allowed to act. So that's why they used a lot of masks. Were only actors. Padova, don't forget to see the beautiful fresco chapel, the Scrovegni chapel. That's spectacular. Yes. Wow. Literally, I'm walking through the history family, and all of you are together. For the lover, for the people who loves cats, we have a friend right down there. That's a very good friend. Look at the cat. Hello, dear friend. It's a lovely friend of Pompeii. We have so many animals living here. They found also a Roman turtle, of course died, buried during the eruption. Yeah. Let me go to the orchestra, but first of all, I want to show you women were literate for sure, but they could not be part of the real political life, you know. That was the limits that they had. But they could own property, and they had a very, very good life actually in the Roman time. Those are the original seats. Can you imagine? That is really, really unique. Well, you can have this perfect shot of the theater of Pompeii with all of this lovely marble. I think it's not happening so often to find something such old. No, the stage that is to my left, that is not original. But the marble seats, yes. And those are the seats number. Look. Those are the original seats number where people, so one person was sitting on the number 15, one on the number 14. So that it's the original place where a Roman 20 centuries ago used to sit. Wow. And let's stay in the middle now. But first you can also see the original inscription, which is this one here, telling us the name of the two families who paid to build the theater in the 75. That is so cool to have such source of info, no? You can see the name in Latin of the two families who wanted to donate to the city of Pompeii the whole building, the whole structure. Well, we are missing the covering of metal, because when they did the excavation they removed, for example, from the C, from the O, the metal which is bronze, but still the shape of them. Wow. I'm really fortunate to be here, and I think that my passion for archaeology was born since I came to visit Pompeii and the beautiful archaeological sites I have nearby my home. Now I am in the middle of the stage. Yes, correct, Polly. And this is the whole theater. Look how beautiful it is from here. I am right at the feet of the stage, in the middle of the theater. So, dear family, enjoy the theater of Pompeii. Good, Julie. I'm so happy that you are enjoying this place. Remember, family, that since we are not anymore on a platform that we can leave donation on something so easy, if you like, if you can, I mean, it's not mandatory. Remember, never is mandatory. Only if you have the pleasure to do. In the descriptions of the tour, you will find all the links to leave donations as you want. But again, I'm happy that you are enjoying. Oh yes, today the number of people is a big problem. We are 4 million of people, and always we need to tell, please don't jump, please don't smoke, please don't eat. Wow, what a place. What a spectacular place. And they found also a lot of clay lamps into the storage, a lot of clay lamps there, because most of the performance were during the night. So people used to come here at the end of the day. Good, Polly, thank you for your coffee. I cannot see when you buy a coffee. After I can see only on the my email, but thank you for all of the people that are leaving a coffee. That is very important. No, the marble it's from the time the seats has been reinforced, but this is the original shape of the theater, the original one. So now I want to go up again with you, so we can reach the way out of the theater, and in case you have some question, I'm ready for you, because I want to show you the entrance of the proper triangular square. Yes, they are still active performance. Well, there was Elton John playing here, but they do still performance during the night, in the weekend. Yeah, there are links in the video descriptions. Yes, in the video description there are a link that you can do if you want. Wow, a lot of steps, huh? And have a look at this. It's unique. It's so beautiful. Wow. This is Pompeii, eh? The theater. It's amazing. The white buildings and the orange one, it's all the modern offices. Let's go out. So in case you have questions or a doubt or something, we can have a nice chat together. We need to walk properly here, otherwise too much water. Let me leave this corner. There's also less signal. Perfect. Perfecto. Okay. So, dear family, how was this walk together? Let me understand your voice. Scream wherever you are in the world so I can hear you. Oh wow, that's too loud. Too loud. Great. Really amazing. So I will have another tour at the end of the month in Naples. Hello Italy. So I will be live from Naples, so we will explore Naples as well. Can you use any entrance to Pompeii? Yes, you can use any entrance to buy Pompeii light. Thank you, SK. I mean, YouTube is a great way to share the word. I mean, just to get used to it. Ciao Peter and Sharon, amazing. Yeah. So dear family, thank you again, and thank you for all the friends that left a coffee. I don't know, because I cannot open the email now, but have a look at this other beautiful perspective here. Next time we are going to explore the city and some homes, but at the end of the month I will be live from Naples. So we will do the 26th, so you can also see on the calendar of YouTube there's another video that I will be live pretty soon. I know I'm very sad Napoli lost against Milan. Now we have a match today in about 20 minutes, and we will have a match for Champions League next week. So dear family, let's move the camera to me. Thank you again for your time. We had a lovely tour. We learned something new, I guess. And don't forget to follow my page on Instagram, the Grand Tour Experience. The same name you can find on Facebook. And also my community on Facebook, Grand Tour Experience Community. That are all of my pages. So you can be in touch and you can understand where I'm gonna post all the next tours. Okay? So dear family, thank you again for your time. I wish you a lovely weekend wherever you are in the world. From Raffaele and Pompeii at the moment, and the Mount Vesuvius on the other side. It's all. So, ci vediamo alla prossima. Buona serata a tutti. Have a lovely day. Bye bye. I will do the House of Veti, no problem. So again, just a friendly reminder, in the description of the tour, you will find the link for all the coffee, donations, whatever you want, if you can and if you want. See you, and grazie mille for all of your kisses that you are sending. Ciao Loredana, ciao a tutti, ciao Sharon, Peter, Carla, Cindy, Ginny, everyone. Ciao a tutti. Alla prossima.